Sometimes we meet strangers and there are times wherein we really wish to talk to strangers, don't we? I mean, obviously, considering all the protective measures and everything and not going ahead and talking to just every stranger, but even if that is the case, still there are certain conditions wherein we need to interact with strangers to break the ice, maybe for the purpose of networking, maybe for the purpose of work, or maybe there is some or the other reason. Now, how do we start off talking to strangers, or what are the various conversation starters as far as strangers are concerned? Well, you all are once again most welcome to Tutorials Point. Let's go ahead and learn what are the various conversation starters with strangers. Okay, now the most important point of any conversation is to keep it going, isn't it? If you wish to. Well, if you wish to keep a conversation going, the most important thing that you need to remember is to ask open-ended questions, because open-ended questions would lead to yet another question, and that would lead to yet another question, and then the conversation will keep on going. Well, if you ask questions which cannot be taken off further, well, then your conversation will not be long lasting and you will not be able to keep it going. So in order to keep it going, you need to ask questions which are really open-ended. So let's go ahead and learn what are these various conversation starters which you can use with strangers. Okay. What was the last funny video you saw? Well, again, a very sweet and amazing conversation starters as far as strangers are concerned. What do you do to get rid of stress? Or what is something you are obsessed with? Well, asking all these different questions, you could just get amazing answers and you could get to know the person right in front of you. And getting to know the person in front of you is the key to keep the conversation going and to develop that bond, right? Maybe for whatever reason, but just do remember that when you are talking to someone or when you're trying to break the ice, showing interest in what the person is talking or is telling about himself or herself is the key. So when you ask these questions, you are just sort of getting to know the person in front of you, right? Which is really important and which is something that is going to keep the conversation going. Okay. What 3 words best describe you? Very interesting question. What would be your perfect weekend? Well, all these questions will really tell you a lot about the person. What's your favorite number and why? Another interesting question. What are you going to do this weekend? Well, another amazing question. You might as well get a chance to hang out with a person over the weekend. Okay. What's your favorite way to waste time? Very amazing, interesting and funny question. What do you think of tattoos? Do you have any? Another, it's sort of a question which is going to tell you about the choices, about what the person in front of you enjoys the most. Okay, do you have any pets? What are their names? Or what did you do on your last vacation? Or for that matter, when was the last time you worked incredibly hard? So all these questions are basically open-ended questions which could keep the conversation going. So if you happen to meet a stranger and you wish to spend some time with them, getting to know them and having a good time talking to them, well, you could use any of these questions and get amazing answers. You never even know that your choices might just match. And then not just that, but it also is a great way of developing a rapport with the person in front of you, which sort of is really helpful, especially in customer service or in different jobs, right? So developing a rapport with your customer is extremely important. So these questions would not just apply to strangers, but would also help you to develop a rapport with any person you wish to. Okay, well, the list doesn't just end there. What were you really into when you were a kid? Okay, if you could have any animal as a pet, what animal would you choose? Well, another amazing question. If you opened a business, what kind of business would it be? Okay, are you a very organized person? Well, You could then go ahead and sort of pitch in what is your, what kind of person you are if your conversation keeps going on. Okay, what is the strangest dream you have ever had? Another amazing and interesting question. Who has had the biggest impact on the person you have become? What is the most annoying habit someone could have? Amazing, an entire bucket full of a list full of amazing, interesting, funny questions which are going to help you a lot if you want to start interacting with strangers. Well, do not forget to use them if you wish to develop a rapport with anyone, and if you really wish to sort of break the ice and make friends with strangers. Well, use these questions and see good results. Well, I will see you again with yet another very interesting topic. Keep learning with Tutorials Point and Tutorix. Have a good day.